All right, so we are going to make the bow with the 6.5 millimeter gold beads. And if you don't have these mini pony beads in 6.5, that's okay. Just use regular pony beads. I'm going to be using fishing line in 20-pound test. If you don't have fishing line, just use the regular elastic string. I like the cloth covered ones because they last longer. And so I cut some fishing line here, and this is about, let's see, this is about I would say about 5 feet long. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put 2 beads on the string, put the string together, put 1 bead on, so that 1 bead is on both strings. I'm going to separate the string, oops, and I'm going to put 1 bead on each string. So when I pull the beads all the way to the end, it's going to look like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop the beads into place so it looks like this. Okay, so it should be 2 1 2. It's going to look like that, but this is not enough, so I'm going to keep going. So let's see. Okay, so string together, 1 bead, string apart, 2 beads, string together, 1 bead, string apart, 2 beads, string together, 1 bead, string apart, 2 beads. I'm sorry, I'm not really counting to see how far I'm gonna go, just because I don't know how long it is right now. So I'm just continuing this pattern of 2 1 2 1 until I think the bow is long enough. Then I'll stop. Let's just see what it looks like here. So pull all the beads down. Let's see, so it looks like this jumbled mess. So I'm going to fix that. I'm going to pop these beads into place. Okay, let's see. So right now I have 1, so this is like 1 column, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. Let's see, I think I'm going to go, should I go a little bigger? Let me see. So if this is, I just want it to have equal numbers on both sides. So if this is 3 and that's 3, and that's going to be the middle. So this is the middle here. Okay, you know, I'll stop here because this will be a mini version of the bow. And if you want to make this bow bigger, then keep going. Then keep adding like 1 2 1 2. So this is going to be a pretty small bow. The one that I showed earlier is slightly bigger. I think it's like 15 across. So I would have added 1 and then 2 at the end. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross the string. So I'm going to take this bottom string here. Bottom string is going to go through this top string. Oops. So I have these 2 strings are separated, right? So I'm going to take this string and I'm going to go up through this top bead here, like that. Okay. So now my string is coming out of this one bead. So both strings are coming out of that one bead. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bead here. I'm going to put a bead here. I'm going to skip this one. Wait, hold on, where's the middle? Nope, I lied. I'm going to put a bead here. I'm going to put a bead through each of these empty spaces. Okay? So, bead on the string, and then I'm going to go through this next bead. So I have a bead on this string, and the bead is going to go right here. I'm going to go through this next string here. So it's going to look like that. Okay. I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to put a bead on this string, and I'm going to go through the next bead. It's a pattern. I'm doing the same thing over and over. I'm going to put another bead. Oops. I'm going to put another bead on. I'm going to go through the next bead. Another bead on. I'm going to go through the next bead. Do the next bead here. Okay, and I'm going to go through the last bead. So now it looks like this. Okay, pretty cool. Okay, so with this string right here, I'm going to add a bead, and I'm going to go through this top bead here, the one that's sticking out at the top. So this is going to be my next row. Okay, keep the string tension tight because you don't want things to be loose. And I'm going to go up through this next bead that is sticking out. Remember, the point is that you want to put beads between each of these empty spaces. Okay, pick up another bead. Let me just check. Okay, so this right here, this is the middle point, right? Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this right here, this is the middle. This is the middle. So I don't want to put a bead here. I'm going to skip the bead right there. And I'm going to go through 2 beads. Okay, I'm going to go through the 2 beads. And if I do that, I skip the bead there because the bow makes kind of like a V shape. So I'm going to be making a V shape there. I don't want any beads in there. Okay, so new bead, go through the next top bead. Go through here, go through the next top bead. Okay, I'm going to put a bead on, and then what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to take this other string and I'm going to cross, because this is the last bead on the row. I'm going to cross the string through that one bead so that it does this. So now, boom, this bead has two strings coming out of it again. Okay, so here's the bead. I'm gonna go through, and if I'm going too fast for you, I apologize. I am still learning. There's videos out there that show you how to make this bow, so you can follow that. Because they might be doing a better job. Okay, so right now my string is coming out from this bead here. Sorry, my string is coming out of this bead. So I don't want to put any beads in the middle here because I'm making that V shape. So my string is going to go through here, 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 and here. And then I'm going to add a bead there. Okay? So I'm going to go up. And then I'm going to go up, up again. So I just went up through all those strings. So by going through the beads, I'm not going to have any string sticking out of there. So I'm hiding the string basically. Okay, I'm going to put a bead on and then go through the next bead. Repeat, bead on, next bead. Okay, so it looks like this so far. It's the top of the bow. And here I go, repeat the pattern, add a bead. Gonna go through this top bead that's sticking out. I'm gonna add another bead, and I'm gonna go through this bead here. Okay, and now my string is coming out of here. And I'm gonna string through all of these beads, okay? Add a bead. I'm at the end here, and I'm going to add a bead at the end, and then I'm going to cross again with this other string. So when I cross, it's going to come out of that same bead. The string is going to go in opposite directions. And we're like this so far. Okay, I'm going to add a bead. Okay, add a bead. Oops, got stuck there. Okay, and I'm going to go all the way down again. Okay, so I went through all of those beads on top. Okay, and I'm going to add a bead. And I'm going to go through that last bead. Okay, and so you have a choice. You can stop here, okay? You can stop right here and end your bow so that has a like a curvier silhouette. But I'm going to make my bow pointy at the end, so I'm going to add one more. So again, some people choose to stop right here, and some people choose to put that last point. So I'm going to go through all of these beads, okay? It would be so much easier if I had a beading needle. Oops. Then I do have this one right here, and that one will fit the regular pony beads. But I wanted to make a small bow because I think when it's small, we can kind of put it on like a pin or hair tie or something small. Ooh, look at that. It's so satisfying when it comes through all the beads. Okay, so I'm going to cross. So this last bead is going to go through both strings. Both strings will cross. It's going to do that. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So that is one side. I wonder if I have enough string to go all the way. Okay, so you have a choice, basically. Some people will tie it off right at the end here and then start all over with a new string, which I might actually do. So I don't want to tie it off right at the corner there because the corner is going to look a little wonky. So I'm going to actually pass through, let's just say I'm going to pass through a few beads right here. I'm going to go down. So my string is coming out of here. Okay. And then I'm also going to go down a little bit. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go down more because I have a plan. So I'm going to go down there and then this string. So I have way too much string, but that's okay. Okay, so this string. Okay, so what I did, like I said, was I took the string and I took the string and I took it down these beads, and it is right here. I'm gonna go down one more, actually. Okay, and I'm just going to tie them off right here. They're meeting right here. Usually I would never tie the beads like that. Like I want the beads to meeting this way, and then I would tie it. Right now they're both going in the same direction and I'm tying it. And I would never do that, but in this case I am going to, because the middle section I'm going to be hiding with another layer of beads, so you won't see this part. And so even if I have like a weird knot here, you won't be able to see it. So where'd my weird knot go? Okay, there it is. Okay, so that's that. I'm actually going to seal that with some nail polish. Okay, so that is sealed. Okay, I'm going to pull that a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to let that chill for a little bit while I get a new piece of fishing line. Okay, so I don't know. I'm gonna get like I'm going to get some fishing line, and this is about, it's a little over 2 feet, which is probably too much, but that's okay. So I'm gonna cut this. So it looks like this right now, and you see the string is coming out. There's a huge knot in there. It is really ugly, but I'm gonna be covering the entire middle section, so I'm okay. Alrighty, so I have never started, oh, I guess I'll start like this. Okay, so I'll just wrap half the string on my hand. All right, here we go. So same pattern as before. I'm going to add beads all in between. So I'm going to, I took that string and I just, I strung it through that corner bead there. So I'm going to put a bead in, weaving it in and out. And then let's see, so it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's one more right here. Sorry about that. The phone stopped recording as I ran out of space. Okay. So let's see. Oh, here we go. Okay. I'm going to add a bead. And I'm going to go up through the next bead that's sticking out. Add a bead. Go up through the next bead that is sticking out. Add a bead. And go up through the last bead. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. Okay. I'm going to go through this bead that is sticking out. Add a bead. Here we go. Everything is a pattern now. I'm just adding beads and then going through the one that's sticking out. But here we are going to skip putting a bead here. Okay, so we're going to go through these two beads right here instead of adding a bead, because this one right here, that's the middle bead, and then the next one over is the bead next to the middle bead. So we're going to make a V. Okay, so right here we're making our V. I'm adding a bead, oops, adding a bead and going up. So what you see is where the middle has 2 beads, the next row has 3, the next row has 4, and so we're building up. So if you're using a different number of beads than I am, it's totally fine. Just make sure that when you get to the middle, you are not adding beads, because you want the middle to be like a V shape. So I'm at the end here, so I'm adding a bead and I'm going to cross it with the other string. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Okay, let me tell you guys, when I first learned how to do this stitch with the peyote stitch, and I was looking at tutorials, and I was just it was really confusing to me what was happening, you know, when I should cross that string, and because I was trying to follow this tutorial very, very closely, and then, you know, I ran out of string, but they didn't, and but now it's like, now it all makes sense. So I hope for those of you that are new, if this tutorial doesn't help you, I hope you find one that does help you. It's good to see different videos, different angles and perspectives, different explanations. Okay, so I'm at the middle here, so I'm going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4 beads, okay? That's 1, 2. 3, 4. Just don't give up. Don't give up. Keep trying. I make mistakes all the time, and sometimes those mistakes lead to some awesome things. So everything that I'm doing is a pattern right here. I'm finding an empty space and I'm filling it with a bead, and then I'm just going through the next bead over. Okay, so it looks like this so far. I love this gold color. I love it so much. It's so, I don't know, it's so pretty. It's so elegant. I feel like this is a really good New Year's color, like against the black. Oh yeah. Okay, so I have the bead at the end. I'm gonna go through the next one right here. You have to keep this tension tight. Like everything should be pretty tight, okay? Because if it's loose, it's not gonna work. You don't want it all floppy. Okay, so it looks like I'm at the end here. Woohoo! Oh no, I'm not. I still have more. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna go through all these beads. It's this is a lot of repetitiveness. Repetition, so much repetition. This is good for when you're like watching a TV show or something and you're just doing this mindlessly. But I know you have to learn it first, right? And then once you learn it, it'll be really easy. Okay, so I'm going to add a bead. Okay, I'm at the end here, so I'm going to take my 2 strings and I'm going to cross 1 bead like this, 1 bead, strings coming out from both ends. Okay, we're almost done. 2 more rows to go. That's why I did a smaller bow for this one, because I didn't the bigger it is, you know, the more you have to do. Okay, so I'm going to string all the way down and I'm going to turn my bow because I'm right-handed and it's just it's easier for me to go in this direction. Okay, so let's see. Like I said, if I had a needle, it'd be so much easier. I should go get one. I'm losing my string. I don't know where it is. Oh, it's all the way over there. Okay, just do 2 at a time. So I'm going up. It does get harder to string through the more you do, just because we're putting so much string at the end that it's getting tighter and tighter. So if you're finding it difficult, the more we go, it's not just you. It's the fact that we've added so many layers of strings there. Okay, this is the last bit here. So I'm going to add, and I'm going to go all the way. Yay. Where's my string? Oh, I lost my string again. Ha. Okay, that looks good. Okay, I'm going to go all the way up. Okay, and add a bead, cross, and here we go. Beautiful, awesome. Okay, I love it. I see. If we didn't have that last bead, it would definitely give it a curvier look, but I do like it kind of flaring out like this. So I'm going to take this string here and I'm gonna go kind of down here, and I'm gonna take this other string and I'm gonna go down here, and then I'm gonna meet here so I can tie this thing off. Okay, here we go again. So we're going down. You know, I'm sure a lot of people would just tie it off there, but I don't like the knots in the on the end. I'd rather just put in a little bit more effort here and just hide it. Although, I mean, I guess it's not easy to get this string down. It's so tight. So now, see, I have to bend these beads in to get the right angle, so I get this string through. Come on. Oh no, where'd my string go? Okay. What time is it? Oh, it's 3:13 in the morning. Why am I up this late? It's because my kids are sleeping right now, which allows me to record. Alright, so see how this one's all loose? I have to pull this. Okay. Alright, so this, if I go back down through this bead, it's going to undo this one. So I'm going to go through these beads right here. Okay. Alright, let's go. And honestly, it doesn't matter what beads you go through, as long as you're finding a place for the string to meet so that you can tie it off. So you can go anywhere you want, really. But experience tells me that it's better to kind of go in the center here and tie it off, because I'm going to hide it with something rather than have a knot at the end and have some weird tension on the end there. So I'm in the middle. I did it. Okay, single knot and double knot. Cool. Tie that baby down. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to add a drop of fishing line here. Okay. Okay, so it looks like this. Looks really good. And I'm just going to tie the knot again. And I'm going to cut this off. Okay. So that's what it looks like right now. And now I'm going to do the middle band, okay? So let's work on that next. Okay, we are going to work on the middle part of the bow. So the part that comes in the middle here. I have a piece of fishing line a little under 2 feet. although I probably should have cut 2 feet. For this one, I'm going to put 2 beads on. I'm going to put the ends together, and I'm going to add 1 bead. So that looks like this. Now, if my bow was wider, longer, I would probably add 3 columns here of beads. But because this is a small bow, I'm only going to add 2 columns. Okay. So from here, I'm going to hold 1 string in one hand. Okay. Hold 1 string in one hand, like this. Okay. And with this other string, I'm going to grab a bead, put it on the string. Okay, so it looks like this. And I'm going to go up. So it does this. Oops. Okay. And I'm going to put a string on. Oops. Okay, I'm going to put a string, I'm going to put a bead on, and I'm going to go up through the bead that's sticking out. Okay. Bead on the string, and then again, I'm going to go through this one that is sticking out, and I'm just going to repeat. I'm holding on to this with my thumb so it doesn't move, which means I have to pick up a bead with 1 finger. So I'm going to go up through this bead, turn it around, maybe there's an easier way to do it, I'm not sure. Okay. Going up, turn it around. Going up, turn around. So everything here, I'm just repeating over and over until I get something long enough that I can wrap around this bow. Okay. I'm looking at some of my older bows that I made, and I noticed that I always did 3 in the middle because I didn't know how to do the 2. But I was messing around with it today, and I finally figured out how to do the 2. And it looks pretty good. It looks good on the small bow, so I'm glad I finally figured out how to do the 2. But you know, doing different things is good. I do like trying it, making mistakes, figuring it out. It's the challenge is fun for me. Okay, so this string is getting a little bit short, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to use the other string, and it's basically going to be the same thing. I'm just going to add a bead, and I'm going to keep going. Okay, add a bead. Like I said, I really like this gold color. I think it's such a pretty color. Let's see, is this long enough? I'm just wrapping it around. Oh yeah, it's definitely long enough. So, So I just wrapped it around the bow. It is long enough. What I want is this, okay? The top one, the bead is sticking out. The bottom one, the bead is sticking out, okay? Or if it's reversed, it's fine too. As long as it's the opposite beads that are sticking out, we're good, because when they meet in the middle, like this, we want it to match up. So what does that mean? All right, I'm going to put this in the middle. Okay, so I have my left string here, my right string here. Let's see if I can explain how we're going to bring this all together. Okay, so okay, here we go. So this string here, so just so you know what it looks like right here, this is coming out of this string right here, right? I'm sorry, it's coming out of this bead. So this string is going to go through, let me see what's the best angle. Okay, this string is going to go through this bead, and then this string right here is going to go through this top bead. So one is going this way. Oops. Okay. It's getting caught. This one is going this way, and this one is going this way. It's going, so both of the strings are going through the top bead, and they are meeting right here in the middle. And it's going to be a little bit wonky until I tie it. And once I tie it, there will not be any gap. See how there's like a weird gap right there? But if I tie it, it should be nice. Okay? As long as the beads match up and the string is going in the correct direction. So if that is a little bit confusing, you might have to play around with it until you are going in the correct direction. So there is my knot. Here's my clear nail polish. And I'm going to dab the knot. Okay. Dab the knot. Let's tie that. Okay. There it is. So I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to move the string out because it's gonna, that knot is going to dry with the string there, and I don't want it to be chunky right in the middle, so move the string out of the way. So what I did was I strung it through these beads. I'm sorry, 1 second while I get a drink. Okay. So this is what the bow looks like with the middle band right here. Super cute. I hope you guys like it. This would be really cute. You could put this on a single like that, or maybe like a fatty or a double. Put on different things. You could put it like as a necklace or a choker. You can attach something here and, you know, put these on like maybe like on everybody's little cup handles or on a bag. But this is the first part of the bow, and you could always stop here because I think this looks really cute. But I'm going to also post the ribbon part. So I'm going to add 2 little ribbons here. And it's going to be an extra step, but if you want to try that, you can do that. Also, if you want to be extra, you can make a smaller bow and just kind of put it right inside here, and that would be really cute. You might also, like if you want to play with the colors, you could change the colors right here and do that. So there's so many different things to do with this bow. Yeah, that's the band, and I'm going to show you how to make the ribbons next. Here we go.